Hi everybody, Michael here. Hope you're all doing well. Well, it's really hot here by us. And, yep, let me just take that little one out there. She's squashing him a little bit. No, she's not. She's just holding him a bit. Well, these lot have just drank milk. And they're all taking a quick nap. I've just checked. It's just this little one with the stripes. She's actually got stripes. Look at that. Can you believe it? A dog with stripes. That's a female. And the rest are all males. So. I'm still having trouble believing this. Couldn't believe that she was pregnant. And then she just had 7 little puppies. Can you believe it? And she's so proud. I just made them a quick little pin here so they won't walk around and they could stay in that area. It's really hot. I just gave her some milk. She just had her milk and then gave her water. So, yeah. Let's see, where's the tigers? Diego was playing a little while ago. I made a video where he was in the pool playing. Maybe I should just edit. Maybe I should just start editing the videos a little bit just to add them on. Yeah, I'll decide if I'm going to be doing that. Of course, here I am outside and the tigers are sleeping somewhere. Yep. Any case, let's just take a look at the little kittens as well. Here they are. Mother as well. They are just beautiful. I don't have my flash on, so can't really see them that well. It's a bit dark inside here. But they're doing great. Quickly walk downstairs. Check them out again. Look at those little faces. And there's the one with the stripes. Gonna go downstairs quickly. All the cats are out. It's so hot. They're just somewhere taking a nap. Oh, at least there's one over there. Just see, where's Enzo and Diego? Enzo! Diego! Oh, there's Diego. He's still wet. He probably had a swim. Yep, it is wet as you can get. Smelling the kittens and the puppies on my hand. Let's go see where the monkeys are. We're just washing this place out a little bit today. Constantly cleaning. Oh, yeah, they are. Billy! Buddy. I see he's got a little scratch mark there on his nose. Don't know when that happened. It was a day or two ago already. He's just finding my fingerprints. Very interesting. Chaka! Look at that little face. And he's so sneaky. He just try and get the phone every time. Sissy over here. She's shy. All the dogs. And by the way, this is the dad. I think he's the dad. Looks like the dad, old Puppies. Have to tell you a story about him one day. Well, let me just tell it now. We once had another attempted robbery. And a bad thing about South Africa, they try and poison the animals first before they rob you. So we had someone that came in, lifted the fence, electric fence that is, opened up the gate. They walked in, and before that they did poison the animals. 3 of my dogs got some poisoning, and I actually, Puppies was one of them. So yeah, they got in, my mum and dad's side, went in, put the gun against his head, pulled the trigger, nothing happened. My dad had a remote control from the TV and that was his weapon. It was the only thing he had in his hands to fight with. He had a big fight with one of the guys, and the guy decided to give up and run away. Like my dad described him, he was huge. Well, I saw the thumbprint. This was a big guy. So they were out, they were gone, they weren't able to get anything. I heard the scream about 11 o'clock from my mom, and I immediately knew what was going on. And I got hold of a baseball bat, and the house is parted someplace, but there's a door in between, and I knew what was going on. And I was standing behind that door waiting for the guy to enter, and he couldn't get the door open, so he moved out and they left. But when they were gone, I found the 3 dogs. Actually, it was just 2 that got the poison in at that moment. So took the 2 dogs, immediately used water from the fish pond, and because it's salt water, you want to get the dog to vomit. You want to get the poison out. A lot of people say give them milk. No, that's wrong. You give them milk, you're trying to run the poison through their system. That's not gonna work. Yeah, there you go. And what we did was we gave them salt water, and you try and let them vomit. That is the way to do it. And they did vomit. The one dog's name was Ricky, and the other one was Puppies, this one over here. And yeah, basically you have to let them vomit, and they will get rid of the poison. Eventually, about 5 o'clock that morning, I stopped working on Puppies. But what I did was, when I picked them up, the lungs floods. There's a lot of fluid that comes into the lungs, and they've basically drowned. So I picked them up, I held them upside down, and the water was running out his nose. And well, he was basically dying. And the next moment I thought, let me just blow into his nose. Turned him around, and I breathed right into his nose, closed his mouth, and immediately he came right. He was doing much better immediately. I couldn't believe it, because it was impossible for him to breathe. Diego is running away from me talking. Look at that. That's how he gets irritated. So yeah, he started breathing, and he came right. He did, however, had a neck that was hanging a lot, and the doctor did tell us, because we immediately took them to the doctor as well, and he did tell us that sometimes they keep that neck that hangs like that from the poison. And They call it two-step in South Africa. So that's what the poison is called. And yeah, so he came right. Ricky as well worked on her the same way. I did breathe into her nose and she came right. And they survived, which is very seldom that something like that will happen. They don't normally survive. So we had a little dog. Actually, to be honest, he's buried underneath that rock. His name was Micky. And Micky was a chihuahua. But he was vicious as you can get. For a little chihuahua, he was the worst. I think chihuahuas are like that. But in any case, Micky didn't get any poisoning at that moment. It was only the next day, when he was walking around, that he got some poison in. And I actually saw him die. He was lying there on the ground with his little toes kicking, and he died. And I looked at his body and I felt it, and I felt he is not living anymore. He's not breathing. Got up and I told Jackie, sorry, Micky didn't make it. And I don't know how that happened. The next moment, Micky came back to life. I saw him come back to life, and I promise, he was dead. He was dead as a dodo. And he got up, and took him to the vet immediately. Sorry guys, I just ran out of memory, so I'm just continuing after I deleted a few videos here on my phone. So and she took him to the vet, and when he got there, the vet said, but there's nothing wrong with him. And that was the weirdest part of all. He got the poison in, he ate it, he died, he came back to life. We took him to the vet, and he had no symptoms whatsoever. Puppies was still lying, recovering from the previous day. He just had a lot of symptoms. And Ricky, the same thing. But Micky didn't have any of it. He survived it, but he didn't only survive it. He had no symptoms whatsoever. I remember as she drove back into the yard, he was looking out the window, and he was feeling great. So, yeah, I don't know. I just know that I checked him, I put my hand on his little body, and he was dead. He was not breathing for a few minutes. And he came back to life. Now that's a big claim to make. I know that. I probably wouldn't have believed it if I heard the story. But it happened. And he lived quite a few years after that still. Well, he did die eventually. Like I said, he's buried underneath that rock over there. So that was quite a few years ago. I'd say probably, yeah, let's say 7 years ago, 8 years ago. So I've had a lot of animals. They've lived for many years. They've lived happy lives. They do pass away eventually. I just found a photo of myself when, that was about 15 years ago, where I sat with a few dogs by my side, and they all passed away eventually, but they had long happy lives. And it's nice to see those photos and to remember those animals again. Yeah. Well guys, that's a story. Can you believe it? I don't really tell these stories to anyone because it's unbelievable. Although that's what happened. And I didn't really care if anyone believes it, because I know what I know, and it's great knowing what I know. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Hope it's not too much. Well, in any case, thanks for listening. I'll make some more videos and we'll keep in touch. Please put some comments down. I would love to hear your comments on this. Have a great day.